Hello, 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 everyone. This is Queen Can, Caramel Goddess, and I am very, very, very happy to be with you this evening. Today's episode is the third one, and what we're going to talk about today is what exactly is being queen or king of the air. I hope you all can hear me well, and I'm going to have a sip of coffee. I'm actually having some coffee. Now, I know that everyone is familiar with the Prince of the Air. We've heard that term. We've read it in the Bible, or, we've heard that term before. But when I talk about being the queen or the king of the air, it's natural to think about the Prince of the Air. Now, we can start there. Now, when we think about the Prince of the Air, we think about the devil. We think about the control. We think about the lack of the ability to control or to have grasp on situations. Mainly because of the Prince of the Air, the big bad devil. So before we get into the definitions of the words, I'm talking very plainly about being the person, or we can say spirit, or we can say being or beaming. Either way, whatever makes you feel comfortable, we're talking about you gaining control of the atmosphere. Now, the question should be, what is the atmosphere? What exactly are we gaining control of? The atmosphere, the air, the breath, the wind, the very thing that you and I are doing so naturally when we breathe in and breathe out, there's a force there and there's a power. And our inability to understand, or rather overstand, our own unique ability to master everything that's in this reality, everything that we see, everything that we touch, everything that we feel, we have the ability to change. We have the ability to interrupt and rearrange. When we talk about being the queen or the king of the air, we are talking about being able to rearrange matter. We are talking about being able to rearrange, first, your thoughts. It's very easy for us to go through life responding to the atmosphere, responding to the circumstances. But how about changing them? So, whenever we read the Bible, And you find that one of the disciples had a certain disposition, okay? There's a certain mind frame. There's a certain mechanism of control that requires us to tap into with our mentals. Because it's not anything that can be grasped with natural eyes. It's not anything that can be understood with natural eyes, but you require the ability to understand that you are in control. The prince of the air has no power. The prince of the air, the devil, the lower vibrations, is an interrupter of power. It's a manipulation of source energy. I hope I'm not losing you. When we talk about being the queen of the air, the queen of the wind, the queen of the breath, the queen of the ruach, we are talking about operating in space mastery. To give you an example, we can talk about tradition in any manner. When you have a decision to make and it comes up against tradition, your inability to make a choice that is different or unique from what tradition has dictated is the prince of the air usurping your power. Because a queen or a king in their rightful place does not allow any type of manipulation of their power. If I am to suffer loss, if I am to go through the quote unquote valley, I can do so with a high mind. I can do so in the knowledge that even when you think I lose, it's a win. It's your ability to see what is not there. It's your ability to call what is not so into being. This is a power. I'm going to drink some coffee. When we decide to let another person, another entity, another organization, another family member, another coworker, whomever, when we relinquish our control, we are saying that the God within me is a lie. We are saying that the God we believe in is not the truth, is not all powerful, and that there is something greater. There is no thing on this earth that actually has the ability to defeat you. If you go into every situation with that knowledge of yourself, that you are not tossed to and fro, but in fact, you are the manipulator of the power, then no's won't offend you. Layoffs won't be a problem. Money is not an issue, because I know that there is a power greater than that I have access to, because my Father, the source, said so. If he is all powerful and he or source is within me, then what does that make me? So how do you know if you're operating in the power of being, of beaming, of emanating? The queen, the king, the royal, the priest of the Ruach, of the Holy Spirit. How do you know when you're operating in that space? How do you know when you have acquired the mastery? It's simple. Are we affected by circumstances, or are we changing the circumstances? See, the thing is, no one is going to escape trials and tribulations. However, I'm pretty sure that we've been told to count it all joy. How dare we be told to count it all joy when we lose a loved one? What is that? How can that be? How can a tragedy be something that we should count as joyful? Now, I'm a very smart woman. You are obviously a very smart person, okay? And we can wax on eloquently about what we should and shouldn't do and why this happens and why that happens. But ultimately, it's real simple. I don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's not how a person, a king, a queen, a royal, a priest operates. A queen, a king, a royal, a priest who has control of themselves, who has mastery of their space, they count it all joy. What is the alternative? Because if I, wallow, if I energize my cells with sadness, then that's what I'm asking to have more of. My cells do not know good and bad. My cells know energized and not, activity and latency. So when I am unable to take things as they are and count them all joyful, which is the recipe, okay? I am undoubtedly relinquishing control over my power. Now, unfortunately and fortunately, and I speak how I speak. I speak very direct. I speak very black and white. However, of course, you and I both know that there's gray area. However, we're talking about the ability to focus on what's real and what's not. So we can come up with a lot of different reasons why, well, this happened to me and that's not fair. Well, this happened to me and that's not right. Okay, indeed. However, when you finish, you might want to, quote unquote, peep the game. I'm going to have some coffee now. There are many people who love to control you. There are many people who love to direct your inner chi, your inner G. So when we talk about being queen or king or priest or royal or person of high stature, of the air, of the breath, of the wind, of the life force, we are talking about maintaining that mental disposition. At any given time, all day long, you have or may have or can have opposition. However, do you see it as opposition? Or is it something pushing you toward your purpose? Because last time I checked, although everything is great within balance, criticism serves a very great purpose. Because when you get done being offended, you can start being empowered. When you get done looking at the cup half full or half empty, you'll be gracious and humbled by the fact that you have water in the glass. So if you wake up tomorrow and your account is in the negative, so what? This is when we separate the kings and the queens from the girls and the boys. It's very easy for people to be on top of the mountain and spew and talk and dictate and say. However, I'm speaking to the people who want, desire the ability to stand in the valley and still reap the benefits as if they're on top of the mountain. Because they know how to call things to be that are not now. They know how to use their power. They know how to use their breath. They know how to exercise power over the prince of the air. If you're queen, if you're king, and quote unquote, the devil is the prince, who trumps who? Who is in the position of power? Who is usurping your power? So when we wake up to these circumstances of failed relationships, finances in shambles, and darkness, ignorance, I want you to maintain a mental disposition. Your mental disposition starts with the statement that I am the priest, royal, queen, or king of the air. And there is nothing, no thing more powerful than what I command. So, I'll be patient. I'll maintain a positive attitude, not in vain, but in truth. I've looked at it. I've seen that the relationship is failing. It is what it is. I've done my best, and everything works in the favor of those who love themselves, their source, the God within. If my bank statement is obviously in error because I don't have all those zeros in the place that they should be, that's not my problem. That's a banking error. My mental disposition is that I am abundant. So when I leave the comfort of my home, when I leave wherever I'm leaving and I go out into the world, abundance is there. But not if I haven't commanded it. See, we cannot have what is not within us. And you can have what you hold within you. So if we continue in the mental disposition of fear, lack, inability, laziness, I can't, they won't, excuses, that's the more that you shall find. And that is the breath, the manipulation of the life force by the prince of the air. However, your ability to always look at every situation, no matter what even your thoughts try to tell you, so what? Okay, supposedly the doctor said that I have X, Y, and Z. So just because the doctor said it, he's not my daddy. He's not the source. What did my father say? He told me that I would have life and life more abundantly. So the fact that this doctor has now told me something different, will I believe him or her? Or am I going to believe the power that's within me? Now, I was a hospice nurse. And I've seen many a people thriving and having a zest for life. And I've seen those same people, once a sentence of death had been written, meaning the doctor said, "There's nothing else I can do for you," they were gone. They were gone in that moment. The moment they believed someone else outside of themselves. Your mental stability is the beginning and the end. Everything that we be, everything that we do is occurring on a cellular level. And the deeper we go into anatomy, biology, microbiology, quantum physics, we find nothing. We find space. Brothers and sisters, when I speak, there is a space. What operates in that space is the energy I have decided that I am in sync with. When you look up to people, when you decide that someone is in a higher position than you, you've just been had. There is no one in a higher position than you. You come from source with your own imprinted, unique abilities. And those abilities, those characteristics are of source. So, what you feel is how you power. I'm going to say that again. What you feel is how you power. So, when you stay in these lower vibrational emotions, you are powered by these lower vibrational emotions. Who's controlling you? I'm calling you to be queen or king, royal, a priest of your life force. Be a responsible creator. Just like Source, who is the source of creation. You are called to create, to manipulate, to enhance, to build, to destroy, to elevate, to captivate, to manifest in His likeness as He has placed inside of you. We all don't do the same things, but the mental disposition is of one spirit. So you can go very, very, very high, touch the sky into the cosmos. That type of energy. What's the opposite of that? The hell on earth that people talk about, which is hell inside of your mind, which manifests to hell in your space. You can master hell or you can master heaven. Being the queen of the air, the queen of the Ruach, the queen of the Holy Spirit is a responsibility. And just because we are not aware of that responsibility does not lessen the load. Everything that we have placed in our lives at this very moment, at this very time, inclusive of the voice that you hear now, is what you ordered, is what I ordered. So when you move forward, when you get off of this call, when you stop listening and you go back to your life, to your reality, just know that you have power. That the power is there for the taking. And since we are spiritual entities which have control of a soul in these earthly vessels, in these earthly bodies, when we manifest, when we create, when we operate, it's backwards to operate in the earth things first. Your mental disposition dictates your earth material life, the manifestations. Before there was a car, someone had a thought of how a car could be created. Before there was a phone, somebody had a thought of how a phone could be created. Thoughts, frequencies, vibrations, energies. Where is it coming from? Does it bring life and life more abundantly? Or no? We're not talking about good or bad. We're talking about your ability to grasp hold on the fact that your power is within your grasp. But it requires the ability to look within and understand that where you are is where your mind is. That's where you are. And there is no power greater than the power of a made-up mind. I can sit down and read scriptures to you if you like. However, I'd rather talk plainly. I'd rather you feel the tremble in my voice. I'd rather you hear the nuances. So, Jay-Z said, everybody tell you how to do it, they never done it. Who has walked out your life? Who has done you? I'll wait. So it's not that we can't take advice. It's not that we don't learn from others. However, make sure you're operating that driver's seat. There is no enticement. There is no ability to sway you when you master yourself, because you know your value. You know that you don't need to prostitute yourself. You know that you don't need to take a position that will not honor you, that will not increase your value. You know that there's no need to dwell in sadness, to dwell in depression because of a situation that you won't even be able to recall the memory of. So it's very easy to operate in love, in joy, in meekness, in forbearance, when I know that against these things, there's no law, there's no wall. When we eat from other trees in the garden, when we fill our head with misinformation, when we consume low vibrational information, we are kissing the devil in the mouth. So when I talk about being queen of the air, know this. It excludes no one, but it includes us all. So that's why I'm making a point to explain to you and to make sure that I state not only are we talking about being queen of the air, but king of the air as well. Because there's one spirit, and we all have both female and male energy within us. We all have a left and a right brain. We all are attempting to balance ourselves out. We are balancing those energies. Unfortunately, there is a lot of, what is the word? Hopelessness. There is a lot of holding me down, holding me back. It's this person's fault. Oh, it's because I didn't have this from my mother. Oh, it's because I did this and that person wasn't stand up. Okay, I get it. I understand. However, when you can't place a finger, when you can't take accountability, when you're unable to bring somebody up to take the stand, and they're going to say, oh yeah, I did all of that, and here is how I'm going to fix it. That doesn't happen, right? It always comes back to you in this space by yourself. So if it always comes back to you in this space by yourself, guess whose problem it is? Guess who's charged, empowered to fix it? That would be you. It's very easy for me to blame everyone else around me for my circumstances. However, it's just not true. Again, I ordered it. I ordered everything that is in my life, whether I want to believe it or not. So now it's time to understand, since I'm ordering all these things, how did I order this? You ordered it with your energy. You ordered it with your chi. You ordered it with your vibration, with your vibe, with your frequency, with your speech, with your tongue. Slicing and dicing. I love slicing and dicing. But what are you slicing and dicing? You won't find me slicing and dicing myself. It's those dispositions that don't serve me that I'm slicing and dicing. See, the simplicity in all of this is the key. There's not a whole lot that you need to do. It's one thing. Maintain your mental disposition. That's everything and nothing. how hard it is to sit in a room by ourselves. And that's what essentially you are doing when you're called to change the circumstances, not just be in them. So everybody else is distraught. But are you? Everybody else, this type of situation that you're going through would bring them down to their knees. And some even say, I wouldn't be able to make it. I don't know how you do it. Because it's not me who does it. It's the power within me that I have tapped into simply because I believe in myself. I believe in the God within me, in the word of the God within me, which is my word over anybody else's. So when the quote unquote devil shows up, I already know what it is. Because at the end of the day, you have to have the tenacity, the boldness, the confidence, the trust that what you're seeing with your eyes is a trick. It's not real. And the beauty is, you can look at it, you can see it, and you can leave it there and elevate above it. Now we're talking about being suspended in the power of the air. Now we're talking about manipulating the energy. Now we're talking about setting up our day before us. So, there's a Bible verse, right, that says, that the Lord goes before you and prepares the way. Who is the Lord? It's a lot of them. So what Lord is going before you, calling things into being? Because if you're not doing it for yourself, best believe, baby, you're so valuable, it's getting done. So you can be a passenger in your vehicle if you like. However, there will come a time when your purpose will be screaming out, begging for the sons and the daughters to rise up, to elevate, and be the king and be the queen of the air. I'm going to have some coffee now. I did not plan on waxing on so long. However, I'm glad to be here. And what I'm going to share with you now is how I came to be here with you now. I joined a program January 2019. And the name of that program, the name of that system, the name of that cistern is the Life Management System. What the Life Management System has done for me, simply put, is returned me to myself. I've never come across a step-by-step system that, one, I believed in enough to join. I am an independent leader. I have never heard of a mentor for myself. However, the proof is in the pudding. I joined the life management system energetically way before January, because August 2017, I came across this system. I came across Dr. Will Rogers and his metaphysical teachings, his theological breakdowns, his biological detailed discourse, and I instantly felt the light turn on. Now, I don't know if you guys have felt the light turn on within yourselves before. However, it's an energizing, it's an elevation. The life management system destroys your current theology. It replaces error, misinformation with truth, aletheia, consideration. That's what it takes. I know religion. I know Christianese. I have studied a lot of religions. I'm very aware what the cultures are. I've traveled internationally for a long time. And what I was able to graduate to, what I was able to come to a conclusion of going through this life management system, which again, is not just modules. It's not just 500 audio shows that you have access to. It's also the one-on-one coaching. It's also the availability of the coaches. It's the guidance to no other but yourself. Source within you. It's what religion I thought should be. Truth. Truth of nothing other than who you are, whose you are, and how to put that into operation so that you are living life and life more abundantly in all areas. Wealth, come on now. Health, we're not doing sickness, that's done. Wisdom, come on, better than silver and gold. In the last quadrant, the last area that we all need to master is relationships. Relating, what we're doing right now. So through this program, which also, listen, if you guys have never heard the term diaconia, I understand. In this program, you get a 700-page book about you. The breakdown of you. Your blood type, your name, your birthday is all broken down. Now, some people, for whatever reason, may not understand the value of having a 700-page book about themselves because we're so used to studying other subjects. I am telling you, the ability to manifest your purpose, the ability to walk in the life that flashes across the screen of your eyes is directly related to the ability to know thyself. This is not new. This is the same rhetoric that has been repeated throughout history. Know thyself, and you know all things. Master yourself. You beautiful queen of the air. You majestic king of the air. Master your space. So that's what the life management system did for me. It didn't introduce me into strange things. It didn't introduce me into what people may call witchcraft, because we're looking at numbers. That's all people look at all day long. We count all day long. We're looking for those millions of dollars in our bank account all day long. So we're comfortable with numbers there. But when we start talking about breaking down and scientifically breaking down the numbers that make up our birthday, the numbers that make up our names, because it all corresponds, we're talking about the basics. The Bible has a book of numbers. So we can continue to let the lower vibrational beings hide the truth in plain sight because it's paint by numbers, my love. We can do that. We can continue to play the game of, oh yeah, we're going to say that this is the devil, so they won't study it. We can keep playing that game. But when y'all finish being afraid of the prince of the air and you rise up to your rightful position, my priest, my priestess, then we're talking self-mastery. Then we're talking about walking out our unique imprinted purpose. That's what's being returned to you, the knowledge of self, because we have drank and become quite drunk from the sea of forgetfulness. So, the great thing about it is I have the ability to send you a free book. Dare to be you. Isn't that perfect? Dare to be me. Dare to be the Reverend Dr. Bishop. Dare to be Beyonce. Dare to be Cardi B. That was funny. Dare to be you. The majestic, the all-powerful, source emanated, beautiful creation that you are. We want to see what God, what source has placed inside of you. Don't you? I have waited for the time where I would be able to be here with you like this. The life management system expedited my progress. I've seen a lot of things. I've talked to a lot of people. However, when you are able to connect with a network of people who know where you are coming from and have the ability to walk alongside of you in the direction that you are going, that is gold. The mental disposition requires a circle that holds their mental disposition high. There are many billionaires, millionaires, people who have quote unquote made it that will tell you, I can see and dictate your future by the people you are surrounded by. So you can dictate your future by the people you are surrounded by. Where they are is where you are. Mentally. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I am on the rooftop. I started in the basement. No knowledge, darkness, but plenty of zeal. I got on the elevator and the people said, what floor are you going to? Oh, I'm going to the roof. And you know what? You know what happened after that? I got scanned for authenticity at every floor. The inability to be ourselves, the inability to express our uniqueness keeps us in the basement and the ground floors. People only respect you being you. Authenticity. So, when I talk about the life management system, and I've already told you guys, I've mentioned before, I need to finish that thought. The Dare to Be You book is yours. Email me. You ready? I am queenoftheair@gmail.com. Again, email me at I am queenoftheair@gmail.com, and I'm going to send you a book. I have another one for you, but we need to make sure that you're going to receive the first one, right? What I am proposing to you, what I am opening you up to is the truth of yourself. We can operate in other people's arenas if we want to, but that's work. I'd rather uncover, excavate who I am and do that. That's easy. That's being about my Father's business. The life management system usually has 3 levels. And right now, the $20,000 system, which people pay for cash money, no problem, because they see worth and value, not in the life management system, but in themselves. That $20,000 system is available. It's now today. It's only today now. Because I didn't come to you guys yesterday. This sale started yesterday. You only have through today to take advantage of a $20,000 system that assists you in returning to you, inclusive of one-on-one communication, conference calls, video messaging with myself or with another coach. This system is available through today for $1,000. A $20,000 mastermind system that takes you step by step through the destruction of your old self that is not serving you and reintroduces you to your God self that serves you well and serves others as well. Because we are not here for ourselves. We're here to return to our purpose so that purpose can be expressed uniquely and we can fulfill the need of the time. Not everybody can go up to the rooftop. Some people are going to stay in the basement and the ground floors. Whether or not it's you or I is up to you or I. Now, of course, you don't have to join the life management system to gain access to yourself. So I would hope, I would know that you would continue to search, continue to ask, continue to seek and knock so that source can reveal these things to you. That's an option. However, if you're ready to drive, if you're ready to go, if you're ready to be in your purpose, if you're ready to understand how you operate on a molecular level so that you can move forward in your life, so that you can be a single standing column of light, so that you can be in your own right, the queen or the king of the air, and not be tossed to and fro because you're on top of it. You're dictating. And the only way that I know to do that is to return to yourself. So, the life management system, $20,000 system, now on a flash sale through today for $1,000. What are you getting? 5,000 hours of audio, of modules, a 700-page diaconia or purpose report on you, all you, 700 pages of you, plainly written, so you can read it and run with it just like a good program. It is you seeing you for who you are and then having the confidence to walk in it. So people can tell you how great you are. They can tell you how much potential you have. They can tell you that they see greatness in your future. But if you don't get the right, what is it called? Software. If you don't get the right program running on your system, then all it will be is potential. It will never manifest. And that's just the truth. However, if you are looking to walk out your purpose, to walk into your purpose, and to live this life on the rooftop, you'll either join this system, the life management system, or like I said, you will ask and seek and knock until it's revealed to you. It's your choice. You can learn how to sing on your own, or you can take singing lessons. It's up to you. But you'll get 5,000 hours of audio. You'll get the 700-page diaconia report. You'll get one-on-one coaching, counseling, assistance by me or another coach if that's what works best for you. The benefits of the system are immense. I'm standing here not only as a coach, but as a person who was in the system and benefited from the system and is now operating my vehicle, operating in my purpose, magnetized, raised up, a single standing column of light. Kings, My queens, I love you. I'm grateful for you. We've been doing this for over an hour now. I am sending light and love to you to be carried throughout your day, elevating it. Be your own queen of the air. Be your own king of the air. And when you're ready, email me. I am queenoftheair@gmail.com. I'll send you Dare to Be You. And in that email, you'll let me know if you're ready to join yourself in this life management system. Again, I thank you guys so much for your time. It's a privilege to be able to talk to you. Don't you ever forget it, okay? Because what you're listening to, that's a big deal. So the fact that you're listening to this broadcast right now when you could be listening to anything else, kudos to you. God bless. Ciao for now.